They say destiny doesn't knock, it crashes into your life when you least expect it. And for Areeba, destiny arrived in the form of a tired little boy with storm brown eyes tugging her sleeve for a photo, and the impossibly handsome single dad CEO apologizing behind him. She had only come to replace her cousin for a few hours at the wedding photography booth, completely unaware that this one moment, this one shutter click, would capture more than a picture. It would capture a heart she never expected, and a future she never imagined. Chapter 1, The Unexpected Replacement. Areeba never planned to step into the spotlight that night. She was a soft-spoken, warm-hearted 23-year-old woman with a passion for art but no confidence to show it. Her cousin Nimra was the real photographer, the bubbly one, the talkative one, the one who thrived among people. Areeba only helped edit photos from home. But when Nimra woke up sick on the morning of the big wedding shoot, she had begged Areeba to take her place just for a few hours. Areeba resisted at first. She didn't like crowds, she didn't like attention, and she certainly didn't like the idea of being responsible for an entire wedding photography booth alone. Yet Nimra's pleading, plus her feverish state, left Areeba no choice. Arriving early to set up, her hands trembled. The wedding hall was grand. Gold chandeliers, cascading floral arrangements, guests already streaming in with excitement. Areeba took a deep breath and reminded herself she only had to smile, take photos, and blend into the background. She adjusted her cousin's camera, smoothed the simple peach scarf over her hair, and prayed silently that the night would pass without disaster. For the first hour, everything went smoothly. Families posed, friends laughed, and Areeba slowly got comfortable behind the lens. Maybe she could handle this. Maybe she wasn't as invisible as she thought she was. Then, he arrived. A little boy, no more than 5, ran up to the booth clutching a small toy car. His hair was soft and messy, and his eyes, big, brown, full of mischief, sparkled with excitement. "Miss, can you take my photo? Please, I want to show Mama in heaven," he said, completely disarming her. Areeba's heart cracked a little. She knelt to his height, her voice turning gentle. "Of course, I'd be honored." Before she could adjust the lighting, a deep, calm voice approached from behind them. "Adam, slow down, don't run off like that." When Areeba looked up, she froze. The man who walked toward them was breathtaking in the most unexpected way. Tall, sharply dressed in a charcoal sherwani, with strong features softened by exhaustion. His hair was neatly styled, his presence serious yet warm. But it was his eyes, dark, watchful, responsible, that made her throat tighten. "I'm so sorry," he said to her, offering an apologetic smile. "He gets excited around cameras." "It's no problem," she replied, her voice suddenly breathless. He extended a hand. "I'm Ahad, Adam's father." The name rang in her mind like an echo. She had heard it somewhere, but didn't place it. Areeba took the boy's photo, several, in fact, because Adam kept asking for another one, with different poses. Each time the shutter clicked, Ahad watched her quietly, noticing something he wasn't expecting, the way she brought comfort to Adam without effort. The way her smile softened the boy's loneliness. The way she handled everything with a kind patience he hadn't seen in anyone for a long time. As the night progressed, guests whispered around her. "That's Ahad Khan, the CEO of Khan Holdings. One of the youngest single-dad billionaires. His wife died 3 years ago." Areeba's eyes widened slightly with realization. No wonder he carried both strength and sadness on his shoulders. But what surprised her most was how he kept returning to the booth, not for himself, but for Adam. The little boy liked her, trusted her, clung to her warmth. Ahad noticed, and something inside him shifted, too. When he thanked her for taking care of his son, his voice carried a sincerity she wasn't used to hearing. By midnight, Areeba packed the equipment, convinced the night was over. But fate had other plans. As she struggled to wheel out a heavy lighting stand, Ahad appeared again. "Let me help," he said. "You don't have to," she whispered. "I know," he replied softly. "But I want to." Under the dim lights outside the hall, as they carried the equipment to the car, Ahad finally spoke what he had been holding in. "You're not like most people," he said. "You see others." Areeba didn't know what to say. So she simply lowered her eyes and smiled. She didn't realize that this innocent encounter, this borrowed night behind someone else's camera, had already stitched her fate to his. And neither of them knew how deeply the next chapter of their lives would entangle their hearts. Chapter 2, The Photos That Changed Everything. The next morning, Areeba sat editing the wedding shots, trying to shake off the strange warmth in her chest. Why was she thinking about Ahad? Why did Adam's laughter echo in her mind? She told herself it was just a pleasant interaction, nothing more. But destiny works quietly. When she finished editing the photos, she sent them to Nimra, who forwarded them to the wedding clients. Hours later, Areeba received an unexpected message on her cousin's account. It was Ahad. Who edited these? His message read, "They're incredible." Areeba hesitated before replying that she had. His response came instantly, surprising her with its honesty. "I'd like to meet you. Not professionally. Personally. If that's okay." Her breath caught. Men didn't speak to her like that, gentle, respectful, interested. For a moment, fear tugged at her heart. She didn't want to misread anything. She didn't want to hope.